Lamine Yamal. How do you defend against him at the moment?
I will just kick him.
Yes, guys, it's David from The Secret Scout.
When you arrive at United, Ferguson teach you winning is the only things matter.
You're there to win. I don't care how we're going to do it.
Exactly.
Some of these kids coming through at the moment are frightening. Who should we be looking out for?
Obviously, the most that's getting a lot of noise now is wow.
Yeah.
What a player.
It's not just an app, it's a community, it's a movement.
Your platform for me is a really good opportunity.
If you watch my game against Messi, I never had a tough game. I went and he said, get out of my office, French.
Sample Productions. It's all about the secret ballers, shot callers. What's he like? Is he fearful or cautious? What's the stat? Can he play it in the corners? What's the fact? Can he hack it with the ballers? It's all about ballers, shot callers. Ballers, shot callers. It's all about ballers, shot callers. Ballers, shot callers. It's all about ballers. With Secret Scout. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes, guys, it's David from The Secret Scout, and today we got a special podcast with Tommy and Patrice Evra.
Finally, someone say it right, because they always say Patrick and you say Patrice.
I have
like
to,
the
man.
French. Thank you very much. I
Look,
appreciate it.
thank you for jumping in. Look, the reason why we're here is obviously to talk about youth football, but also your platform in regards to player. So I'm masking what it's all about and finding out how you're able to support players that are trying to get into the professional game, but also why it's a platform for some of the top elite players to also join. But yeah, you looking forward to it?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like, it's been a year, like we're working on it. And to be honest, we're quite already pleased with what we got. And the player apps is, like you say, having some of the most elite youngest player. But also you can have like people actually is playing at the high level, like Cole Palmer or Lamine Yamal can access also to the platform. And sometimes, you know, when they see some highlights, some stat of the player just being giving a thumb, you know, this can motivate also. So young people actually, I will say if Instagram and LinkedIn have a baby, this will be player.
Okay.
The love child.
Okay,
A love child.
okay.
I will say like that. But to be honest, the support is massive. We also doing like a lot of showcase. We just lost unfortunately against Tottenham under 21, 3-2. But the level is quite high. We are like proud of the kids. We're gonna play also, you know, against Feyenoord, Chelsea, Man United. Okay. So, and a lot of scouts also are coming and watching. We have like already 3 professional, 10 semi-pro, and also it's for the boy and the woman. It's for everyone. But to be honest, what a support! I will dream to have this, you know, when I was a kid, because also especially even if I want to see any of my highlight for Man United or Juventus or the French national team, I don't have a place to do that. I need to maybe call the club, and sometimes, you know, they can't find it in the archive. So no, it's a great idea. We are really proud of it, and I don't know if Tommy, you want to add something?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to what you're doing, but rather than a media platform like you have, ours is a tech platform. So it's, you know, giving players their football ID, finally giving them ownership of their football ID rather than someone else running it for them. They've got their club history, their stats, their video content, and they can share their profile with whoever.
How many agents did you have?
To be honest, I will surprise you. So when I start in Sicily, I was owned by the MAFIA.
Okay.
So I didn't even know they were my agents. I figured out when I was supposed to sign.
How old was you then?
I was lucky. I was 16 years old, 17. So when AS Roma approached me, we visit the facility with my dad. With my brother and my mom. Then after 2 weeks, they didn't give us any news. And they call us, they say, we can't sign your son. And we say, why? And they say, because he's owned by the MAFIA. Because I've not done any academy football club or whatever. It's from the street to the star. So he was a guy living in France, having a restaurant called Onofrio Giamarese. And he just saw me and he said, do you want to have a trial at Torino? I remember. Then I went there. It went very well, but I was missing the streets. So I didn't want to stay there. Then after, he was another scout from Sicily. They were like in the national league. And they said, do you want to sign a pro contract at 17 at the time? And after I signed, but when I wanted to sign for AS Roma, that's when I understand I was owned by the mafia. But lucky I was, because we get a lawyer, and I was underage, so I could escape from this contract. That's why I was earning, I remember, something like, I would say now, £50. But all my salary was going to them, so I didn't know back in the day.
So in terms of like, look, there's lots of movement now of young players moving abroad. So like Jamal Musiala went to Bayern Munich. Obviously he's German, but you've got now a lot of talent in Europe, especially moving away from their home. Yeah. So how did you find it coming from France into Italy? Who did anyone go with you?
No, it was tough. I think it was the first time I traveled even on my own.
Wow.
And to join the team, I had to take a train. They were in a pre-season, I don't remember, somewhere. So imagine at 17 and I arrive at the Milano station. And it was like the old school station when the letter, they keep changing, bum. So I remember I arrived, I was with my ticket like this. I was absolutely lost.
So was you on your own? Or
I was on my own. No cell phone back in the day. I had only my phone number in a little paper. So I was like that. Then a guy saw me struggling. I remember, and he was like from Senegal. He said, boy, you okay? I say, yes, I need to get that train. He look at me, he say, your train is already gone. So I say, oh my God, I start being scared. Then he say, and I say, can you call my mom? Then he called my mom. I remember my mom was crying, like, put him in the train. He need to back to Paris. I know it wasn't a good idea. And the guy said, no, it's fine. I will take care of him. So a completely stranger went to his place. We were like 8 people.
Could you imagine if that was happening now?
Eating together, yeah. Then the next morning, he put me on the right train, and I get the chance, to meet the team. But I believe in angel. I feel like that moment, that angel. And I always asking, who is that person? But after it's like million of people, they're like, it was me, Patrice. But I will recognize his face straight away.
And so, growing up, obviously you got this app now that's looking to support the young players. So how comes because the academy system's different in France, right? Because they got Clairefontaine.
Yes.
So it mainly goes from grassroots, and then they go into the Clairefontaine.
Exactly. It depends if you are lucky enough. It's not everyone can access to Clairefontaine, and especially some of the player. They went to Clairefontaine, but before that, they were already playing for an academy.
Okay.
So I didn't get that chance. I remember when I was...
Why didn't you get the chance?
But because I have a perfect example. I think when I was 11, I had a trial at PSG. And the coach said, oh, Patrice, you're very good, but you're too small. And you're from the street. We don't know if you're going to steal in the dressing room in front of everyone.
Wow.
So he was like calling me a thief, actually. But I didn't get upset, because I always, when one door is closed, another one will open. So I did show them. Then after where I was playing Bretigny, they were like working with Rennes. And every, I will say, December, Bretigny send the best player, and I went there 4 times, and they never picked me. Soon as they saw on the paper I was signing for a 3rd division team, they called me, come on, we give you like a semi-pro contract and everything. And I said, no, I will take my chance in Sicily at Marsala.
And when was your first pro deal?
Actually, Marsala when I was 17, but it was a pro deal when I was earning 50 pounds per month.
So it's not
the first, let's be honest, the first, I would say, good contract I had is when I signed for Monaco. And I achieved my dream. My dream was to buy a house for my mom. I always promised her that.
Beautiful.
So it was amazing. What a day. I bought a house. Of course, I bought a nice car also for myself.
Nice. What was it? What car was it?
It was the Porsche Boxster. I went straight to the shop.
Yeah.
I remember. Then after that, I didn't even, I will say, play more than 5 games in the League One. Then I bought a Ferrari. And the captain, Ludovic Julia, he said, oh my God, you're not even like play yet. And you already got a Ferrari. I say, you're lucky, because I should have bought a Rolls Royce. I will prove you why. But no, that's why.
Look, in terms of youth football, you have players now that are earning, some could be 17, 18, earning 30, 40,000. How do you, because it's not a normal situation to go from £50 to 3,000, 4,000. Obviously, the more money you earn at such a young age, how do you... Because, you know, the background that you came from, and then you're like, here's 2-3 grand. It's like, how do you contain yourself? Because, you know, nights out...
But you're absolutely right. I think it's tough. It's tough, especially me. I used to beg money when I was 10 years old in front of a shop to buy a sandwich. So I got the valuation of the money really, really early, because me, it was more like to help my family, you know, to try to feed my family. But it's tough. That's why I don't like when people judge this kid and, you know, they bought like luxury car or whatever. I never criticize them, because first of all, they didn't steal, you know, any money. They work hard for it. But I think it's your environment, your circle. That's when you got shark around yourself.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to say. There's people that come into
That's why you get people, they are here just because you got money. You think they are your friend. It's really simple. When you score a goal, everyone message you. When you have a bad game, maybe few person going to message you. I've been lucky because I didn't need a lot of friends, because I've got 24 brothers and sisters. We are 25, so I've got a massive family. But also, I was really lucky with my agent. You know, from the beginning, they really let me make every decision. Like a little example, when I was after the Champions League 2008, we won. I was end of contract.
Yeah.
And Madrid came. I could have like more money than I was earning in Man United, but my agent, they were like, no, Patrice, your DNA, you're a Mancunian. You know, we can make more money, but we give you the advice to sign another deal with United, and I signed another 4 year. So I think the people around you is really, really important. That's why those guys, many times I see so many players hanging out, you know, they will go in the club with these guys because these guys gonna, I don't know, bring them like the best table, having the best girl or whatever. So it's a circle. You just need to be awake and understand, you know, at the end, those people, they won't be here when you're going to need them the most. They're only there for the money. Let's be clear. But I don't judge them also. Like, for example, me, many times, I was buying like the holiday to all my friends, all my brothers, because you want them to stay with you. Yes. But actually, you don't help them. Instead of like going on holiday and have fun with them, just give them something where they can start their own business. For sure. That's the way. But also, you're a little bit selfish when you got money because you want everyone around you, you know.
Yeah. It's not just the cash, though. When you've got some of these star boys who they seem destined for success, you know, their names are already out there and you're expecting them to go on and be, you know, play for England for years to come. The way they're going to be treated by their peers is so different. So it's going to get in their heads. It's going to be hard to keep their feet on the ground. It's like the ones who succeed are the ones who manage to keep their feet on the ground and realize there's a long way to go.
Yeah. And in terms of so we're looking at player, like, is it to the aim to get them into some of the players into clubs and get them spotted?
Well, so for example, we went and met with United recently, and we sat down with Jason Wilcox and Sir Brailsford, and we were talking to them about how we can help, like how it could be of use to them. And it was interesting. Jason Wilcox was saying how it would be useful to have a platform, a unified platform and database, essentially, where you can see all of the academy players moving around, because there's obviously a lot of movement between academies at each phase, from like YDP right through to PDP. So we just want every player to be able to own their football ID and kind of take control of their career somewhat, not to take it away from the agents. And that's one of the things people often ask us is like, are you replacing the agents? No, they say, are you replacing agents? Not at all. We work really well with agents. So some of the players who've got contracts through us are because we worked hand in glove with the agents. Some of them have come about because we brought an agent to a game. The agent's seen the player. Brought them under their wing and then got them a pro contract off the back of obviously us bringing them into our ecosystem. So agents, I used to run a recruitment company. So I'd spent half my life on LinkedIn. I always have a LinkedIn tab open to this day. And so I built my living off being able to find people and place people at companies. So we've built a platform where essentially agents, scouts,
Yeah.
and coaches can do that with players. So it's not like a second chance saloon, right? It's somewhere where you proactively build your profile, whether you're one of these star boys I just mentioned, or whether you've just been released, or whether you're having to ply your trade in non-league to step back up. And I think with Pat's background as well, it works really nicely with what we're doing, because he took a very left field route to become a pro. So he really buys into the story of every single player we have there. And it's obviously difficult because we don't have a magic wand. It's not like everyone who comes in, we're going to make you go pro.
Yes.
But we're going to do everything we can to help you fulfill your potential, whatever that might be. Because that's the saddest thing you hear, is when players drop out the game altogether. It's like, no, find your potential. Because even if your potential for now is the non-league, like there are so many players going pro from that platform now. So and that you see, it's interesting hearing about that player, because there's one player who played in one of our showcases recently. He went on trial at AC Milan, ripped it up on trial at Milan. You would have seen it, Junior Moses.
Yeah.
Rising Ballers posted about it, went viral, and you see the clips of him ripping it up in a Milan shirt. And then he ended up in one of our showcases, again, ripped it up at Charlton, and they were really interested in him, but they didn't have any space in the squad. And that's one of the things you'll find is a coach will really like a player, want to bring him in, but he's a left back, right? They've already got 2 left backs, so they need to create space for him to go. Someone was meant to go out on loan, it didn't happen, so he's got to wait for his chance.
It's a difficult environment to go into. You know, if say some of your players from the app go into a professional, like they still need time to transition. They're not just going to turn up and it's, you know, look at your you were speaking recently about when you move from Monaco to Man United, like you're top player but still need transition.
No, but definitely I always say that example. I feel like when I came in UK, I was doing a new job, but it's someone I was named like the best left back of the League One for 4 times in the row, playing final of Champions League with Monaco against Porto, playing in the French national team. But I still found out coming to England was a different game, different ball. You know, you need to adapt. You need to adapt to the quality of life. You need to adapt to the intensity. It's not the same training, to the time. When you play in France, for example, you play in the evening, you know, you play at 3, and people don't see that. And also the family need to adapt. I was just become a new dad. It's a lot of factors. It's not about excuse. And, you know, when you don't do it, you know, people will say, oh, you're a failure or whatever. But it's really difficult. Like I was doing something with Park Ji-sung where we go and visit all the Korean player. You know, we went also at Tottenham to see Song in Munich and whatever. And we're doing this because we want to show the inside. Imagine them to adapt to the European culture. Like they don't even talk English before they come here. So it's quite tough. It's not easy for anyone.
And when you went into United, was it like that? The competitiveness? In terms of like each day in training, or was it similar to Monaco? Because look,
no, exactly. I think, you know, playing in Monaco and everything, and Deschamps teach you winning is important. But when you arrive at United, Ferguson teach you winning is the only things matter. So it's completely different. But yes, the intensity and training in Monaco was quite like nice and easy. It doesn't matter because, like you say, we could beat like a Premier League team like Chelsea, you know, in the semi-final. But it's just like the intensity, the impact, and also the no friendship. Like Man United, we weren't friends at all. You know, many times Ferguson has to stop the training session because we were killing each other. Like, it was 10 times more difficult to train than play the game in the weekend. Because imagine me, I have to face every day like Ronaldo, Rooney, Van Nistelrooy, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Berbatov, Carlos Tevez. For me, the weekend was easy because I was like competing, but like I tell you, in a serious way. Ferguson, you know, enough. Sometimes the training will be like only 45 minutes because it was like too much. You have no friend, and in the pitch, you know, many times I argue with Ryan Giggs just because I did like a bad throw-in and he will miss the touch. And he will, the F word, I would say also the F word. Come on, you got the quality. Then after the game, sorry, it was the adrenaline, you know, we are competitive, and it was okay. No one take it in the bad way. Like, that's what I love about our team. You know, we were like having a really dark banter. You know, sometimes it was even too far. I saw like some player crying, but actually this was helping us to get ready for any situation.
And that's why you won so much, right? Because you're there to win. I don't care how we're gonna do it.
Thank you very much.
We're gonna win.
Exactly. It doesn't matter the way, you have to win. You don't even realize, like, for example, just like a get off. When you get that in the next day, people are waiting for you to laugh about this. Like sometime if Ryan Giggs, like at the training, you lose the small game, like people were like fighting in the dressing room. Wow. But this was the small game in the training. They were more important than the actually game in the weekend on the Saturday or the Sunday. But that was the level of.
This is why we need him on the touchline.
Yeah,
you know he's an A licensed coach.
Are you?
We just had him. We just had him on the training pitch. So we just.
Well, that's what I was gonna go on to. Is why. Did you do it with the French?
No. I did it here. I did it in the UK with Ashley Cole, St. George's.
Okay, nice.
I start when I was at the end of my career at United. Then after I went to Juventus, so I came back just to finish the B license and the A. No, it's something, you know, Ferguson give me one of the biggest compliment and saying me and Ryan Giggs, we're going to be like top manager because he said the key is about communication. And also he helped me. I speak 6 different languages, but I think it's more about to get the best of someone. And that's why Ferguson was the best. In 9 years, Ferguson never tell me, go to the left, go to the right. But he know how to motivate me. He know how to talk to me. He know to get that fire, you know, inside for me. So, no, it's something I don't want to do it right now because I'm enjoying my life being like an entrepreneur, a businessman, an investor, entertainer, in social media, you know, with the brand. I love this game. And I'm having fun. Because I know if I back to football, I have to sacrifice everything again. You know, I hate those players. They think because they are legend, they think they are going to be great manager. No, when I did my coach license, I come with a lot of humility. They were quite surprised, you know, the people from the FA, because I didn't rush. I didn't do it. My coach badges like somewhere else where I can have it faster. I did the hard way. And I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. Even now, I just finished a training session with like some player from a app. And it's just natural for me. And people are like, oh my God, why you don't do it? No, because I think it's not the right moment, and life is all about timing.
It was good. It was intense. It was making the boys sweat, for sure.
No, but they all also sometimes it's just about your presence. You know, it's so funny. Like you can coach some kids. Suddenly they will see someone on the line and raise the level. That's why I asked to their coach. I say, are they always like this? Like the intensity, they were like talk, communication, everything. It was like, no, but now they have no excuse because they show me this level. Sometimes just my presence on the touchline, you know, like for example, a coach like Zidane. Zidane is the perfect example. I would never think Zinedine Zidane would be a manager, but just his aura. And people will die to play under Zidane. You know, I love when he signed at Real Madrid, the first things he say Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Messi and he's even better than myself. So saying that, you get straight away Cristiano in your pocket, you know, so
And for you as a player and for anyone else in terms of young players that are trying to aspire to be a footballer, defensively, because look, the game now is so much focus on the attackers or the next wonder kids or the next. How for you in terms of your development as a defender, where and how did you learn the game best?
It will surprise you. So I start as a striker.
What?
Yes, I was.
I bet you was quick. You was quick, innit?
Quick. Number 11. Then after number 10.
Okay.
Then after when I signed for Nice, I was number 7, so I was left.
Okay.
I play left back by accident. It's just I remember one of our left back. It was 15 minutes to go, and he get injured, and the Italian Sandro Salvioni was like, "Go at the back." I go at the back. We keep the score 2-1. We won, and I remember the next game, he gave the beeps to everyone. Then I say, which position? You know, I position myself as a left winger. He said, no, you left back. I said, I'm not a left back. I don't want to play left back. He said, okay, you don't want to play? Then I said, okay, I will even play goalkeeper. Wow. So I refuse to play left back, I will say, until my second season at United. That's when I accepted. because I'm a bowler. So for me, nutmeg, skill, all of that. That's why I play football. I don't play football to defend. So, and I remember Sandro Salvioni was like, "You're going to be one of the best left back because you don't like to play this position." So I was like angry. So I was attacking really aggressive, and when I was defending, I was also really aggressive because I didn't want to be a defender. So that's why, and I think I found out the right balance when I signed for United, because as you are a defender, so it's defend first. But I always say to Ferguson sometimes, "Oh, you attack too much." I was like, "Boss, the best way to defend is to attack." Because if I made my right winger tired, I never look at I'm a right winger. I was always looking the right back.
Okay.
Because I know I was always going to get there, and that right winger will always have to follow me. That's why when people say always track back, they were always, what is the most like tough opponent you ever play against? I won't say tough, but the most annoying was James Milner. Because he will do both. He will follow me. Even if I go to the toilet, the guys will follow me everywhere. That's the kind. And because I didn't like become a defender, also, who's going to create me a lot of problem? Aaron Lennon.
Yes.
Why? Because he's someone, he comes to the ball and run behind. And every defender, they hate running behind.
Well, that's the thing. Like, in terms of the app, so players that, in terms of uploading footage, or in regards to if they have to upload a position, it might be put in maybe a couple of positions, or for the people to come who watch
question.
it.
I like that.
Because what happens is
like that.
a lot of the young players are like, "No, I'm a right winger, or I'm a 10." It's like, you can, especially at youth level, look at the positions that you played. Sometimes for players that are going onto your app to be a bit more open-minded, because that could be a way in.
Yeah, we offer them that. We offer them that, and then obviously they tag all of they've got a thumbnail where you use it, so any of their content they can tag what it is, so a scout can just get through what they're looking for. So if you're a striker, it will be your hold-up play, or your runs in behind, your link-up play, or whatever. If it's for centre mid, it might be scanning or whatever. So yeah, there's all of that to just really signpost it. But it's funny when you're talking about players who come through, because you would have come through as an attacking player, then become a left back. Everyone would have thought Miles Lewis-Skelly was coming into Arsenal as a CDM, and then he's one of the best left backs in the world. But on form for sure.
I think that's, look, when you go into the first team, you just wanna play. You just wanna. So if you're finding yourself like Miles, obviously the full backs are now starting to go inside a little bit more. But there's just so much variety and options for players now to play in different positions. When I probably say in your era, because I'm 38, so obviously the same time watching, there wasn't as much of the full backs going inside. In terms of how,
are you sure?
I'm looking at Cucurella and Reece James. They're like edge of the box, like attacking. Would you say do you think?
No, you're right. But I will ask you a question, and that came also from Roberto Carlos. If you see, I was the first doing the overlap inside.
Okay.
And a lot of my manager were like so angry with me, Deschamps or whatever. And they were, why you always have to do overlap? But I always like to come inside. Okay. Because you create chaos. Like even the center back or even the right back doesn't know what to do. Because sometimes I will tell you, if I play with Cristiano, I don't want to do the overlap like with him, because I'm gonna close and I'm gonna bring more people. So what I was doing, going inside, so I create confusion, so he's staying 1v1. Or sometimes even you pass the ball and you don't have to go for overlap. You leave him on his own. But some player, like for example, like Ryan Giggs or Nani or Park Ji-sung, I would love to do like a 1-2. Some player you leave them on their own. Some player you need to link up, but go inside. I wasn't going and play as a midfielder, but sometimes Deschamps was so annoyed because I was even staying in the middle, like you're a left back or whatever. So me come naturally, no one teach me that. And now I see like many left back doing it, and you can watch some video, like even like against Chelsea 2004 when we play with Monaco. It's something I just do it natural, because for me, and even sometimes you see some left back, they overlap, they go even outside the pitch just because they have to overlap. No, just give a solution inside.
I think that's a really good point, because if you've got, as you say, Cristiano, who's excellent 1v1, why are you going to bring more right people? Winger or
crowd him out?
Crowd him out. Doesn't make sense.
Would you enjoy playing this style of football more now? Do you think you'd be appreciated even more?
I will, yeah, maybe, but I don't like to compare generation. But I just think now, I can't say it's less tougher because people are gonna come at me, but I just feel like before you got like, I will say, world-class player in each team, not just one player.
Who was the most difficult wingers? Obviously, I know you would have had the training sessions with Giggs and Ronaldo.
No,
but going through your career.
No, but like I say, for me, it's James Milner. It's not another one because Cristiano, and you can watch even against Messi. People say, "Oh, Messi took you like 3 finals." No, Barcelona.
Yeah,
if you watch my game against Messi, I never had a tough game. Cristiano, it was simple. I'll say, Cristiano, if you want to do your skill like YouTube, I don't care. I will break your legs.
Yeah.
Me, it's like the ball or the player.
Yeah.
I was, and you see like Theo Walcott, someone I really like, but I know with his speed, I was just make sure, I was the first challenge, boom. So, I'm not here to play. And after the game, he say one day, I don't understand. He was so nasty on the pitch, but half the pitch is such a nice guy. And it's true. I was nasty on the pitch because I want to make sure you feel I am here. But no, to be honest, my most difficult opponent was myself. Because I know if I am 100%, it will be, you're going to have a tough day. Then if I'm not, myself, no confident, then, everyone can beat you.
But bringing it to the present day, because you've got an encyclopedic knowledge of youth football, in England especially. Who are the players exciting you most at the moment? Because for me, I love your channel, right?
Yeah.
And whenever I go onto Insta, I don't know, I'm always fed it straight away. Probably because, I don't know, your content's addictive, it's educational. So you're the guy who people look to for those nuggets of who's coming next. So who should we be looking out for?
Obviously, the most that's getting a lot of noise now is Max Dowman. Wow.
Yeah.
What a player. He's an Arsenal youngster. He's 15, but he's been playing 18s.
Wow.
He plays for England.
He's unreal.
Another under 17s he plays. He's under 16, but he plays 17s. Look, for me, and I think Pat will recognise this, in youth football, sometimes the early developers are the ones that tend to get pushed a lot more. They maybe because the coach wants to win, but there's certain aspects that I've found with players that, because they're quicker and stronger at early stages, sometimes they get neglected because when everyone catches up, they're not as good or not as quick.
Correct.
So that's an opportunity to work with them even more. But then there's players like Max, who is an early developer in terms of his maturation, but his ability on the ball, his decision making, his mentality, that's what's going to take him. He's been training with the first team. If he was 16, he would have already made his debut.
Yeah.
Some of these kids coming through at the moment are frightening. I mean, the level of talent coming through English academies when Pat was playing I think it's night and day compared to what we're seeing at the moment. Like that Rio at Liverpool is one of, every time any of his footage comes through, it's a joy to watch.
But it's just look, the recruitment teams at the academies, they're looking for different things now. Whereas before it would be pockets of people that would want to go and to them environments or want to bring them in. So when you're looking at certain kids, it's not an attitude problem, or that's just how they are. There's better understanding of who they are. Yeah. So no, we want them in. Look at the England squad that we had. France, when they always say, it's just a black team. When we was in England, we had a lot of players that come from Afro-Caribbean descent. Our dressing room will be like Afro beats or hip hop, because we had to create the environment where they're comfortable.
Yes,
they're coming into our environment. We want them to be free. So when I look at players like Max Dowman, you got Jeremy Monga, a player at Leicester. I know there's huge interest. Yes, they can play, but they're allowed to be who they are. It's not a square box we believe in you, so we're going to give you every opportunity. But they have to have the mentality. That's the difference.
And I agree with you. And I think I would probably struggle if I was in academy, because when I was young, I was quite tough, quite not listening, and I was just being myself. And I think I will not deal well with a manager who gonna tell me, no, you have to do this, you have to do that. And it's not sometimes being arrogant, it's just being confident, because don't get me wrong, I will respect my teammate, I will run for them or whatever. But for you to change my game, that's why when I arrived at Juventus and they wanted to change like completely my game, I play as a left winger, but we were playing like 3-5-2, and in Manchester it was like 4-4-2.
Yeah.
So for me, it was difficult because they wanted me to receive the ball in the same line as the striker, so high up on the pitch. That in Manchester, I was coming down when, Van der Sar or Vidic will pass me the ball.
Yeah.
So even in that age, and especially Juventus, I see so many players like struggling, like Dani Alves or whatever, because actually they want to change you as a player. But I'm like, you bought those players for their certain ability, and now you want them to play only like the Juventus way. So it's quite tough. Also, you need to be really smart and to adapt and take some time. But wow, even in one point, I remember one day Allegri was talking, go up. Then I turned, I said, do you want a joystick? Like, you want to play PlayStation? Because like you keep talking to my ear, and especially us as a left winger, left back. We are close to the bench. So the coach is always on your ear. Sometimes I'm so happy, when we change the second half time, then I'm like just away and he shout, I'm like, yeah, see you later,
So in terms of like when the player app is probably perfect in terms of if players get released, or in terms of like what do I do next? How, in terms of your experience, were there any top youngsters that you felt, how did you not make it?
100%. Yeah, I've got like so many examples like that, but I think it's here. And sometimes I mean, it's not about the talent, it's about the work ethic. Many players, they were like better than myself or better than other players, but they didn't have that discipline. And that's what we bring, don't get me wrong, in our app, we want like the elite player, and it's not about just the player getting released, but we still give them a chance, and also like some player from the non-league. But I mean, we really strict. Like, it was a woman game when we are doing the showcase at West Ham Academy, and she come late. I love giving this example because she come late, and Tommy and the coach were fuming. That's it. She's not playing. She's coming late. And then I say, but she's good. They say, yeah. I say, okay, give her a chance. No. Then I went close to her. I say, why are you late? No, I didn't see the message in the group, and my mom, blah, blah. I say, this is all excuse. We are here for you. Like actually, you not coming on time, you just disrespect yourself. It's not only give yourself a chance. Then I say, you know what? I'm gonna push for you to play because they say you're good. You got 20 minutes left, but you have to promise me you're gonna score a goal. She shook my hand. She come on. She scored 2 goals.
She did her thing.
Baller.
She scored 2 goals.
Baller.
In less than 20 minutes.
But that's the thing as well, with touching on that, is we were invited to Palace recently, and we're getting invited to more and more clubs because they want their first and second year scholars on the app, because statistically speaking, most of them will have to leave that club in order to go pro.
Yeah.
So they want them building their profiles. And I was doing a presentation to them, and there's one slide in particular where I'm literally showing Patrice's network. It's like a spider's web of all of his ex-colleagues and friends who are now playing at Al Nassr or coaching at Feyenoord or like RVP and Juve, where you were playing, Monaco, Marseille, and their eyes light up, and that's when they're like, oh wow, and that's when the penny drops, because they're like, and they understand that by coming onto the platform, you're tapping into Pat's network. So whether or not you're currently in an academy or you've been released, by coming on and being part of the early access crew, you get maximum visibility to the network that Pat's bringing to the table. But then when you talk about release players, like the non-league in England has never been so fertile as a place for you to bounce back. But there's also, you can be adventurous. You can use the non-league, obviously, but then there's also, be adventurous, go overseas. Europe, the EU is obviously harder with Brexit now, but you can go further afield. But yeah, no, there are plenty of options now, and that's the thing. We want just to maximise, multiply the eyeballs on every player that comes in.
And speaking about trying to play in different countries, is player at the moment just based in
Yes.
for players in
Currently
England?
just England, but we're going to be going overseas. We're going to be expanding rapidly. But yeah, we just want to nail it for. We're nailing it for England at the moment. We've got 2,500 players, elite players. So when I say elite, it's either like kind of young first year pros, academy players, or those playing first team non-league coming on now. We're letting on about 700 a month, just to get it right for that community, and then we're going to start expanding outwards in the UK and then rest of the world.
And the age gap is between, I would say, 18 and 21.
Yeah, 18 to 21 with some exceptions.
We're going to go younger, some
Okay.
exception, but we're going to go younger also.
I think, look, if you're able to expand into France and Paris, wow.
It's massive. Wow. No, it's going to be massive. Like I'll say, like the baby is in the UK first, but definitely we're going to extend. Like, don't forget even Africa.
It's a lot of continent and massive opportunity.
Trust me.
The other thing as well is that it's not just an app; it's a community, it's a movement. So today we're with some of our players on the training pitch, in the gym. Obviously, Pat there to inspire them. So we're going to be doing some off-season stuff, most likely with yourself this summer, which would be good. Getting the two of you on the training pitch.
Yeah, that would be great. I think. It's just there's just nothing out there for these boys in terms of a community where they can share their experiences with each other, not just from top down, like allowing it to be a hub for players to join and speak about it. And obviously when you grow and expand, the amount of players that you'll be able to have on your books is going to be incredible.
Well, it's just bizarre when you look at a club and and agents and you look at how the players are being submitted. Sometimes it's a video with like a PDF that flashes up on screen for 10 seconds, or they're sharing big Google Drive links. It's like, how is football not have? How can you not just share a profile over a link? How can you not do that? Like,
even the scout with like 20 papers and whatever, but nobody read them. Nobody read them.
In terms of like obviously you did your coaching badges. How, say I know you spoke about yourself as a younger player, but players that weren't able to connect with a coach, because sometimes being released is not because of technical or tactical.
No, it's a relationship.
It's a relationship. Who had the best relationship with you as a coach? I know you mentioned Fergie, but was there anyone else that had where you just loved playing for? From when you were 6, 7, 8?
When I was 6, 7, 8, to be honest, I didn't have any coach because I was playing in the street, so I didn't have that problem.
That was your coach, the street. That was
exactly. I would say the street was my coach. But no, to be honest, it's something really important for me is the manager. I will never let any of my teammates answer back to the manager in front of me, because I always say if you have a problem with the manager, he's not always right, but make sure you don't, I would say, jeopardize his authority in front of the group.
Yeah.
And it happened when I was at United, it happened when I was at Juve, but I was always the first. If you have something to say, wait. Go 1v1 with the manager, not in front of the people, I like to tell that story about Ferguson, People say I am his son, but no, because, I was like bleeding for the club and bleeding for him. But the perfect example, we play against Tottenham. We were winning 2-0. I was playing one of the best first 45 minutes since I signed for United. Then we come half time, then Ferguson, he look at me and he said, Patrice, you okay? I say, yes. He said, are you tired? I start to have a nervous laugh because I was like, where he's going? Like, I say, no. And he said, why you pass the ball back to Edwin van der Sar? And I say, but boss, this was the only pass back in 45 minutes. And he stood up, this is one of the worst game you're playing since I signed you from United Start. To be in my face like, if you pass the ball back again, you're going to watch the rest of the game next to me. So I was like feeling an injustice. So I stood up. Yeah. Then I was biting my lips. I was like, but he's crazy. But I was like, contenting myself. Then I remember Ryan Giggs post score, don't worry, it's getting too old, Pat. You being fantastic. Whatever, second half, 4-0. After the match, I won the man of the match. Everyone, Patrice, you on fire, don't listen to it. I was really angry. I did my shower quick. I couldn't wait for the next day to go to his office because I was like, I need to know what's happening. So, next day, he opened, hello, son, how are you? I say, oh, I am, boss. What's happened yesterday? Oh, you were the best player on the pitch, but we were winning 2-0. Cristiano Ronaldo was doing some of the skill. We were missing some chance. When you're a United fan, you come for entertainment. You score one goal, you got to score 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Then I look at him, I say, boss, make a sign next time because this was a close one. And he said, get out of my office, fucking French cunt. So when I get out of his office, then I close the door. I realized managing people. So he picked the best player on the pitch, to send a clear message to the other one. Because I remember everyone with their face were shocked. We're like, but wait, if he's killing Patrice, what about us? But this show you, he know I can took the fire, and he know he triggered an injustice. So I went second half even more like angry with myself. I was not like, okay, I'm having a good first half. So that's what I'm calling about managing.
So look, I can't be on a pod without talking about youth players and a potential and mentality. Rooney and Ronaldo. So Rooney broke in very early when he was at Everton. Obviously made that move to Manchester United. Early, he was an early developer, but again, unbelievable footballer.
Yeah.
What made him so good, in your opinion? About like why was he able to do what he could do at such a young age?
Because he was fearless, he was passionate, and he didn't care about who you are. I think he was like, he wasn't saying like I'm Wayne Rooney, but he was like, I'm gonna go in the pitch, I'm strong enough to destroy anyone else. And that's what he did. I remember at the Euro against Thuram. We were looking, that's what I mean. But because when Rooney was like, I'm like powerful, I'm strong, I'm fast, I will do anything. And you remember I saw an interview, he said when he arrived at Everton, and it was his dream, to play with all those legends. And he said they actually shit.
Yeah. I remember.
That's what he's feeling.
I got the best one here.
I don't think he was arrogant saying that, because he understand how good he was. And I remember I saw the real Wayne Rooney when Cristiano Ronaldo left, because they were both, and when Rooney, you had to understand, I think he got more satisfaction even of giving the assist than score a goal. So when Cristiano left, all the eyes were like, okay, this is my time. And what a season, like 2009.
Wow, the goals.
Seriously, the goal, even the World Cup club we won. Nemanja Vidic gets sent off after 5 minutes, so we play with 10 men. Waza play left winger. He was left back. He was in every position. That day, that I was like, okay, this guy is a different animal.
The dream of a teammate, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a dream teammate, Waza. To be honest, he's really, really generous.
Yeah, in his son, I went and watched Man United under 15s with Chelsea. I watched him, and he played right wing.
Kai.
He scored 2 goals, Kai.
The goals.
Yeah.
He assisted the first one, then 2 goals. The speed of him, but he cut in. I'll be honest with you, the first half, I was with a colleague, we're watching him like, this right winger's decent. And he weren't until like 25. That's Rooney.
The way he strikes through the ball is very similar to his dad as well when you see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, because Waza shared a message in the group, and he said, guys, you don't even realize this kid, he told me I can play to the first team now. To tell you, he already got his dad mentality. No, he's training really hard. I won't be surprised. And sometimes those players is even 10 times more difficult, because there is the son of Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
So no matter what he's going to achieve, people gonna never give him credit. Because of that. But he's actually good, and he's working.
There are a few coming through the offspring, like obviously Darren Fletcher's sons are brilliant.
The twins. The twins.
Good players. Yeah, they were at Man City.
No, they're back at United.
Yeah, they're back. No, but you're right. I think people from a wider landscape will think, okay, he's just there because he's bad. He's a different type of player to Rooney as well, his dad as well, which is, I think, is good for him, because you just wouldn't expect him to be like a winger that can drop the shoulder, and it's just refreshing to see that he's able to play. And I think, looking from afar, I saw Wayne when we was at the KDB Cup, because I do some stuff over there, and Wayne was in there, but he's just very calm, with his son, and allowing his son to.
You let him be yourself, son.
And then, Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, because when I saw him coming through Portugal, the youth, the academy, and unbelievable trickster, the feet, the speed.
I will tell you a story about that.
But like, there was a change. I know.
I will tell you.
Yeah, go on.
Ferguson gave a lot of air dryer to Cristiano, and one day he said, "You're gonna stop being a U2 player." He's playing for the skill, doing all this. That's why Ferguson put Ronaldo as a striker because with your ability, you will have to score at least 2 goals per game. I don't care about all your things, your trick, your chop, or whatever. That's why he put him in the front. You know, many times he said to Cristiano, you actually not a good player because you scoring goal only against like low table team. You don't score goal out against Chelsea, you know, big game, Liverpool or whatever. But I think Ferguson was on his neck every day. And he said, I want you to be a killer. And that's why Cristiano started to be obsessed by number, by goal, by assist. And he forget all his, like, you remember at the beginning, he was beautiful. Ferguson was like, you know, we're not in the circus here.
Because when he first come, like, obviously the defenders, like, are just, like, smashing him.
I saw some videos, seriously. I saw some tackle. You know, Cristiano was always, I remember he had, like, 4 bags of ice, 2 in his knee and 2 in his ankle every single day. He had no protection. But
he would still go. That's
the things. He will still go at it. He will like, okay, I know you kicked me, but I remember when we were playing Bolton or Blackburn or team like that. They were just can't wait to smash him. But he will go again.
What was Roy Keane like with him? Did he?
So I arrived when Roy Keane, like, actually, Kino, you remember when he did this interview when he said, like, the Golden Boys, like him, and was earning too much money and whatever. So he was, like, quite against all of that. But what I love after with Rooney and Cristiano, they start to play, but for the team. And I'm not surprised about both of their success because, okay, they have their talent. They know they have to score goal. But actually, they were putting, you know, the quality at the service of the team. And this was a really important factor.
Coming back into the modern day, so obviously you played left back. Lamine Yamal. How do you defend against him at the moment? Because
double up.
Get free. Because the reason why I say it is because obviously he's a left side. Look, Iron Robben, left sided wingers that are playing on the left-footed wingers playing on the right. But he's got the ability to go both sides. That's what makes it. So what do you do?
No, listen. First of all, lot of credit to Yamal. I remember watching him play at the Euro. You know, people talk a lot about his goal and everything, but his vision and all smart. I was in shock to see he can read the game, the timing, the pass at the right moment. He see everything. So I was even more impressed about his passing. So it's simple, like you say. When you play against Robben, you know, sometimes they like, you know, you have to show him like outside and going to the wrong foot. So I was even exaggerated. Like when I play with Robben, I was like, no, I promise you can watch it. I was like, go, because I want to get you there. Because if you go inside, I was a dead man. And now you got the problem with Yamal. He can do both. Dembele also. They are those kind of player. You know, normally as a defender, you have to show the weaker foot or whatever. But I think you just have to be tight. And to be honest, if I was playing against Yamal, I will just kick him. I will be nasty, really nasty, because that will be the only option.
Yeah, that's the thing with Yamal. It's like there's such a variety to his game and the end product. Look, the goals and assists. The one thing I love, and from being a coach in youth football that I really tried to encourage was runs in behind. Like at the moment, you look at a lot of the wingers, like if you're playing left back, go on then, pick the ball up there. You're not troubling me in behind.
There we go. And you know what's the problem of those players? They are the fastest player.
Yeah.
And they don't use their quality. They think, and all the fastest player, they think they're Ronaldinho, Zidane. They want the ball in their feet. And I never understand. I play against like rapid like winger. Just come to the ball and run behind. And you will do this like 3 times. What's the next things I'm going to do? You're going to come to the ball. I'm going to anticipate. So you're going to have plenty of space. And if you do it again, I'm going to come to you and you just run behind. So I never understand why the fastest player, they never do that.
That's why I love Bruno. If I was a forward, a quick forward playing on his team, I'd love it because he doesn't even look. He plays it into that space, that corridor of uncertainty. He plays it in between the centre-back and the full-back. Just whacks it in back around corners without looking. And if you're that Rashford or whoever playing with Bruno, you know you're getting that service and you're going to get 1v1s with the keeper a couple of times a game.
Me and Cristiano, before the game, we had I say like the first 2 balls, come to the ball, pretend to come, run behind.
Spin.
Run behind. That's it. I will put a load. I know he will get it. That's it. Then after he will know, he will make a sign. Next time, he will come to the ball, go long and come back to the ball. Boom, and then he can go and you know.
Look, and I think that through your experience, obviously Tom with the app, these are the things you'll be able to support with the community and highlight why a winger successful. What are they doing well? At number 10, we talk about 10s now. I don't think they're the same as they used to be. I don't think the game allows for those players anymore, which I think is a shame.
Yeah.
But I think your platform for me is a really good opportunity to help individuals and for the community to speak about, okay, this is what a top left winger does, this is what a top right winger or centre back. I think that's where you can really support the
funnily enough, we hired a coach from Man United, Neil Harris, who's been at the club for 2 decades. We brought him in as our head of player development, so players coming in can get one-to-one sessions with him, virtual sessions, as well as in person, but starts off with virtual where he can assess your game with you, go through your videos, and like give you some analysis on, go through your development areas and genuinely and tell you where you should go next, basically. So that's something where we really want to give people that extra 1%.
And that experience is so important when you're working with, say, Neil his information and the way he does it. I think that's really important.
Yeah, and taking him to, like, for the unsigned players on the platform, when we bring Neil to showcase games, you can see just how captivating it is when he's kind of talking them through what they need to work on, and obviously his team talks and getting us results against clubs like, you know, Charlton and Salford City, and very nearly against Spurs.
Do you think, just going obviously the platforms for youth players, do you think the world's gone even more crazy about finding the next talent?
Yeah.
Like even clubs, like obviously South America's opened up now. Is it gone too much in terms of, because you look at when you went to United, obviously you was a bit older, but then you had even more senior pros. Is the game becoming too young, or?
I will agree. I will agree with you. I feel like now everyone is looking for the best 15 years old playing it, make his debut in the Premier League or whatever league. I think we too much on that, apart from Italy. Yes. Italy, what I love, Italy, they don't play you if you're not over 30.
It's crazy. No, it's crazy over there.
It's simple. They don't joke with that because they know you got enough experience. And trust me, if you're 18, you do one mistake, you won't play. And all the media, the press, they will say, why you play him? He's too young. Sometimes, they go extreme. But I feel like, now is a trend to have like just a young golden boy. We're not looking like now I feel like now even, I'm sorry, you're 26, you're old.
You're old, yeah.
You're old. Like people will start talking about Mbappe as a whole player.
Yeah.
It's a shame because it's so, you got so much to give. Like I play until 38. For example, I was on my best shape at 33 when I signed for Juventus, not even at Man United. The K I was running in the game in my time at Juventus, I've never done that when I was 20 years old.
Were you saying the food in Manchester wasn't as good as Turin?
I won't make any comment about that.
You didn't fancy fish and chips?
Nah, it's no fish and chips, bro. They don't even allow you sparkling water in Italy.
Tevez didn't like the food in Manchester, did he?
Yeah, no, it's tough. I mean, it's different, but Italy is a different level, man. We get control every day, like one blood test, one per week. When we go to bed, they give us like a machine, so they know the next day you bring the machine. Yeah, many days or many hours, you sleep. And worst, I remember me and Paul Pogba, we went in the kitchen because, it's not a buffet like the club when you play in UK. It's like you got the waitress, and I will see you like with a normal portion, me with a medium, and Tommy with a small portion. Say, like, what's wrong? We went in the kitchen. Actually, you got the picture of each player with a color. So if you're green, your color is green next to your picture, you got a normal portion.
Insane.
Orange, you got a medium. Like red is like fasting, you're doing the Ramadan. Like, is unbelievable. And we're training with the GPS, but it's not like you watch you watch your stat after the training. No, the analysis, they are around the pitch on the table, and they look, you like, oh, I'm tired. Like, they like, run, because they can see your heartbeat like live. Like, it's too much.
And look, the diet in sport and football to play is so important, right?
I always say it's depend. Everyone have a different. I mean, you need to be careful if you want to play, you know, until 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I give you an example. Ferguson used to leave like the room service. You could have like order pizza at midnight or whatever crazy stuff. Yeah, he will come with his bottle of wine, you know, the night before the game.
Nice.
But he will give you all the responsibility. If you don't do the job, he will buy someone better than you.
Yeah.
But instead of like at Juventus, they will control everything. You know, they even send someone to your home to help your wife to cook with less oil and stuff like that. So it's the extreme.
Jeez.
But at the end, both I was there, but I win trophy. So I think it's depend of the man, because Ferguson was like, I give you your responsibility because you can't hear me when I'm on the pitch. So you have to make your own decision sometime. So he was giving us a lot of responsibility.
One thing just on the diet side. So a lot of the, obviously you got the Right to Dream Academy. There's a lot of boys that are now moving into Europe, but sometimes it takes them a while to be up to level to playing because of the diet, and it takes them a while for them to get in. That's something that, you know, I wasn't really aware of until last 4 or 5 years, is in terms of the malnutrition, like talented, but they need to be.
But it's like, trust me, when I was at Juventus, I don't drink like a fizzy drink or whatever. But we had the feeling if you drink a Coca-Cola, you're going to get injured. Because what they do, the training sessions are so intense. Then I promise you, if you don't eat properly, you're going to get injured.
Wow.
Like, it's no joke. You know, when Zidane say, you know, people are vomiting at Juventus, I saw player training session vomiting. Maybe because, like, the training session will be hard. But if you have a late lunch or whatever, and you come training, or you have a heavy breakfast, man, you're gonna vomit for sure.
And Tommy, the app, will there be something educational around the sports and nutrition? Because I think that's sometimes, as you said, is neglected or thought not as important.
Yeah. So of course we're building it initially around the players, the initial community of the players.
Yeah.
But we're bringing on obviously coaches, scouts, and agents, so the recruitment side of things, but also coaches more in the S&C, so strength and conditioning, and nutritionists. So where we were today was FSCR. So we work with them. We kind of use their facility, bring our community there to train, both in the gym, you know, getting the deadlifts in, but also up on the roof, on the pitch. So yeah, the edutainment piece is important, and that inspiration, and showing how best to look after yourself in between games, because that's where the magic happened for players like Ronaldo and Bale, right?
Yeah. And I think, look, going back to the youth football, some of the kids, Haribos before school, and like they just think, we can just eat what we want. But the fact is, it will catch up.
It will catch up. It will catch up. Your body is like a temple. Make sure you don't put too much poison on it, because even sometimes, you know, I play with players, they drink, they smoke or whatever, and they will perform. But until which age?
Yeah.
You know.
Finally, just what you mentioned, catch up. Man United. What, like, when I was growing up, like in the 90s and 2000s in school, I was sick of Man United because it was win. Personally, I think with United, they're not too far off. But I think that the signings need to be of more experienced players, the right players, but ones that mentality to win. And I think it's becoming harder now, because there's other clubs in the country, but it's just trying to find that balance of trying to remember where Man United were and how, and trying to blend.
But you know, the funny part is maybe 4 of our worst season and whatever, but we still win trophies. You still got that Man United DNA. I think what we will say is like dominate the game. That's what is missing, and that's when I agree. You need experienced player with like passion. You know, me, every time I wear the United shirt, I was carrying the history in my back. You know, when Bobby Charlton was traveling with us, I had goosebumps. I was like, this guy's lost half of his teammate, you know, for the Munich crash. And that's what is missing, because at the end, Manchester, you know, is a working class community. So what they ask you is to run.
Yeah.
The basic. And when I say that to people, they're like, oh, but yeah, they run. No, it's a different way, an aggressive way of running. And also, the problem is every manager come to United, they try to change the style.
Yes.
So you see Van Gaal is trying to do like the tiki-taka. No, we are not Barcelona. We play forward and be aggressive.
Yeah.
And you know, that's why I always give the example of Arne Slot when everyone was so happy, like some United fan when Jurgen Klopp left. Oh my God, no, I wasn't. No, because now Juventus is structure. You know, it's a balance. And Arne Slot, what he did, he continued what Jurgen Klopp did, but he just add his way, but step by step. Maybe his communication is different, maybe his approach to the players is different, but they keep the same philosophy. So I think that's what is missing at United is their identity. I met Amorim. I like him as a person.
Same.
Of course, the result don't play on his favor now, but I just like the way he really wants to succeed. The first I went to Carrington and I say, Coach, welcome to your home. He said, no, this is your home.
Wow.
It's not
It's
my
little
home.
touches,
Those little touch you can see. And, you know, he's also bringing back the discipline and he's really honest with himself. They asked him the question about Rashford.
Yeah.
He said, I couldn't get the best out of him compared to Emre. You know, he didn't hide. So he's like,
You got
he accepts things and he's bringing back the discipline. But this year, like, please, they need to win, you know, against Tottenham. And
It's everything that game.
It's going to be
both
tough.
clubs.
No,
Huge
for both
game.
clubs. For both clubs, I think
Huge.
Tottenham is the biggest opportunity. They beat United like three times this season, but it's a final. You know, United in the final.
Anything can happen.
Anything
It's almost
can
more
happen.
satisfying if you come 16th or 17th in the league and
Pick up.
you
No,
win
it's
the
not,
Europa
it's not,
League.
it's not.
You come out of the season with a trophy and you've had a better season than the clubs to finish the top five.
Exactly. I want to say something about that. Like people are criticizing, oh, those they shouldn't deserve to play in the Champions League. But I'm like, nobody was watching the Europa League before that. Nobody was taking it serious. Now everyone taking it serious because they know it's a chance, you know, to get qualified in the Champions League. So for me, those critics are
You see, it's
are
got
just rubbish.
that carrot that dangled at the end of the Europa League has made it so much better.
But
It's
everyone
much better
watch now
tournament
the
to
Europa
watch.
League. Before I will never watch the Europa League.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, when it changed, it was UEFA Cup and then it went to Europa.
I used to call it the Coca-Cola Cup.
Yeah, you probably didn't even play in those cups.
We play. We play.
Big
You
games,
laugh.
just
No,
Champions
no,
League.
no. We play. Yeah, but we play once. You don't remember, and we get
Bilbao.
eliminated by.
Bilbao.
Yeah, and I remember Ferguson.
yes,
It was the first, and Ferguson didn't get. He was so happy, to be honest. He was so happy because you play on the Sunday, on the Thursday, or whatever. You kill it, everything. So yeah, I played 1 year.
Look, on that note, real pleasure to have you here and
Thank
discuss player and all the success that's going to come
so
from
much.
it. Yes, guys, look, what an amazing podcast we had with Patrice and Tommy. I hope you really enjoyed the chat. Look, we're really looking forward to how both platforms build. Player sounds like an amazing opportunity. So I'm going to say to Tommy and to Patrice, let's get these invites. Yeah, make sure you are following their Instagram. Also, like and subscribe on YouTube. See you soon.
Ballers, shot callers, all about